All right, it's the Super Duper Dario minute. What the fuck's going on, Dario?
We have a fucking special guest for the moment. We're not gonna let him take my segment, but it doesn't fucking matter. We got fucking Bruno Berdician in the fucking podcast. He has to speak his piece for about 15, 30 seconds or maybe even fucking more. We'll see. Anyways, we're gonna fucking kick it off to him. Let's see what you got to say, Bruno. There's no video anyways, so it's just all fucking audio.
Well, first off, I want to kill myself. Secondly, I'm very upset that I won the fight and I'm undefeated still, because that means I'm still employed and I'm just looking to retire and just mooch off my girlfriend for the rest of my life. And thirdly, Simon Keene is my best friend. I love Minecraft, and Brian Codwell is
he's the real deal.
He is the real deal.
Speaking of the real deal, are we having Ryan Ford, real deal, on the show tonight?
We will not be having Ryan the Real Deal Ford on the show tonight. He's still in Montreal. We'll wait until he goes back to Edmonton. And then we're going to talk about that fucking piece of shit, Edwin Aguilar. That little piece of... Edwin, if you listen to this fucking show, you better listen to me right now. I'm going to be in Montreal in June. I'm going to slap you right in your fucking mouth.
Hey, listen, like I said, we commented about it off air. I knew that Ford was going to make a comment when he was back in Canada, not on his fight week, but that'll probably be a Thursday segment. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm fucking ready for that episode. I can already tell Monster Jim might have a little... Maybe that's why Ford isn't going straight back to Edmonton. He's got to cause a little drama in Montreal first.
I would agree with that, but I have a question for Bruno, because my young nephew sent you a message, and he wanted to know how you got such a hot girlfriend.
You know what? I honestly have no fucking clue, because I look at myself in the mirror every day and I'm like, I'm fucking hideous. I'm not funny. I got a stutter. And it's just like, what did I do to deserve this? And I just think it's hypnosis, you know? That's about it.
Hey, I got to respect that. At least you didn't use roofies.
You know what? That's the second option, you know? But I just decided to wane the clock in her fucking eyes, and I was like, hey, on 3, you're my bitch, okay? And then, yeah, but...
That works. Now, you have been fantastic on Facebook as of late with a few of these comments and posts. Dario, what was the fucking one you made last week that I died laughing for like half an hour?
There was a couple he made. Was it the SpongeBob one where he said he was driving downtown? No. It was there was a couple. Do you remember, Bruno, what you made? You made a couple fucked up posts.
Well, I made one where the guy was smoking with his feet.
No, how about the one where he asked if our neighbors could stop beating the shit out of his wife because he was trying to sleep at the apartment? That was a good one too.
That was a good one.
Bruno's been funny ever since he got a girlfriend and he don't need to impress girls anymore. So, you know, he's focusing more on his humor, which I gotta say is not that bad for a boring motherfucker like him. But honestly, and he's been fucking active in fighting. Honestly, this kid literally just does not need us. But rumor is if he's going to be here on the 31st, he will be part of Simon King's crew.
Yes, I have to
watch Adam Braidwood's fight, because Simon King threatened that he's going to bring some boys with him. Are we leaving Braidwood alone? Like, what's going on? Who's his backup this weekend?
Well, we're just going to send in Manny Montreal, obviously, with that fucking hairdo. You'll be there.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be there. I'm not fucking off to Florida just yet. We'll see what happens. Bruno's not done sniffing his girlfriend's asshole, so he might be here, but he'll definitely be on the other side. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be a busy week. Yeah, I'm just excited for Ford's input on the whole situation. Edwin, listen, man, I'm gonna remain neutral on this, but you're on your own. I don't think anybody's got your back in this case.
Bruno, this was the post. I'm so loyal that I don't even watch porn with girls in it. # not a cheater.
I was just bored. I just wanted to fuck with everybody. Just like a month ago, I faked that I engaged my girlfriend and everything, and my fucking parents called me saying, "Is there something you would like to tell us?" I said,
Tanner, we've already covered.
I love you.
We've already covered the fucking finger thing with the whole hand.
Yeah,
you don't like the... Yeah,
my parents, they were about to beat the shit out of me because they thought that I faked an engagement, and but yeah.
And then there was another one. 4 days till weigh-ins, 3 pounds away. A&W it is then.
That actually happened, yeah. That actually, I had the Buddy Burgers, 2 of them, so yeah, pretty good.
I can't lie. I'm starting to warm up to Bruno a little bit. I might be a closet fan.
Just a closet fan.
Listen, are we gonna make this call any more awkward if we bring Luke in this? Could you imagine how awkward they're gonna be? I guarantee Luke and Bruno hit it off right away.
I think we
Because
should.
they're gonna sit there and stare at each other, but Luke always wants to be fucking absent all the time in the beginning of the Super Duper Mario Minute.
I think we should add Luke in, and I'm gonna add him in right now.
Oh my god!
We're gonna see what the fuck happens because we've got a Moose, we've got Bruno.
Yeah.
This is
Pretend I'm not here first.
Okay, we're not gonna show him yet.
there he is.
I already see you, fucker.
Well, fuck!
Talking bad about me. Nice outfit.
Was he on audio the entire time, Tanner?
No, I just added him in right now.
Okay, Tanner. I mean, Luke, what's going on? Mr. Luke, how are you?
Oh, don't even start with me on that. How's it going?
Nothing, man. Listen, we got a bit of a
What
surprise.
is that?
It's a moose, man. Can you stop talking? Okay, I'm ripping off the fucking headphones. What are you doing, fucking Luke? What the fuck's your problem?
Who the fuck's beside you?
Who's beside me? Who do you think is beside me?
Bruno!
Oh my god! No!
Surprise, cocksucker! What's up?
Ah,
What's up, man?
We got
Ah.
Team King in the house, man.
Yes, sir.
God, finally, you know what? I've been dying to talk to you because there's finally somebody in combat sports with a worse looking nose than me. It's awesome.
That's me. With the ear too. My ear's fucked up as well.
Yeah, I did. You did make a post the other day, Bruno, and I kind of had to roast you on there. I said your nose was on the side of your face, and
It was, yeah, it was. Then Manny, he tried to, defend me and everything, and I just said, hey, Manny, just stop. It's okay.
He's trying to be-
ugly. It's all right.
He's trying to be chivalrous, man. It's
Yeah.
we already know what Bruno looks like. It's
No,
hammered shit.
yeah, I know. That's what it is. Bag of smashed dicks. I'm cool with it.
Oh yeah. What's with the moose costume though?
Oh yeah, please. Yeah.
Listen, man, I know this is a super duper Dario minute, man, but you have this fucking guest and you want to judge my moose. For the viewers, for the listeners tuning in, I have a fucking moose costume, and that's my costume of the week. When I get back to Florida, I'm gonna have a new fucking costume. I'm gonna try and work for that. So maybe I'll have a Super Mario used to wear a squirrel outfit, or was it was a fox, something like that. So I'm not quite in the whole groove yet, but just let me do. It's been a long weekend, okay? The bet was if Bruno won his fight, I would have to wear a moose costume to the spot.
Hey, there. That's why I was asking what's up with it. I wasn't making fun of it. That explains it.
Yes.
God.
It's not been a great weekend, man. I haven't gotten any sleep. I've been a little bit more depressed than I already am. But the good thing is Tanner came out with some new lines, man. It looks good on him. It looks fucking terrific. Honestly, I'm 100% with it.
Yeah.
well, I do like the blue and silver. We are going to start T-shirts here probably in a couple weeks. And there's another announcement I need to make on here today is that next week, the Spice of Life podcast and the Super Duper Dario Minute and 10 Minutes with the Boogeyman will be moving to YouTube.
Yes! Finally! A new outlet! Holy shit!
We will
Shut
have...
up today. So he could have recorded his moose outfit today.
Luke, Tanner's talking. Tanner, finish.
We will have the video too, so everybody will be able to keep up with like my facial expressions, Luke's dumb face, and Dario's costumes. And if Bruno fucking shows up again, he can show his ugly mug on here too.
Yeah,
There we
Bruno
go.
will probably be back around April anyways. You'll probably catch him in Florida. This is going to be fucking awesome. I don't care how hot it's going to be next month. I'm wearing this fucking suit every time, dude. Every Tuesday, you guys can catch me with the moose outfit, man.
Moose minute. Speaking of T-shirts, though, stand up, Tanner. I know the viewers can't see it, but like, what is that? That's a new Boogeyman shirt.
So we got red and black. So we've got the stage boxing on the back,
Ooh,
Boogeyman on the front.
I like that. I like the black and red. That looks dope.
That one's ill.
So yeah, we got clothing coming out. We're gonna come out with a line of tidy whities for the Duke here pretty soon. It says "Watch your dick" on the front.
Everybody
Watch
that
it.
pulls up on his driveway that he's not recognizable to, he's just going to pull up in his fucking tidy whities. Excuse me, do I have visitors today? Who's in my window? I can see through my window.
So Dario,
Yeah.
I texted Luke and I said, "Okay, we're doing the Super Duper Dario minute here in 5 minutes. Can you come on?" And he's like,
Sorry,
"Fuck."
Tanner, I was having sex, bro. I'll give you a fucking couple
I didn't
minutes.
say that. I didn't say that. Did not say that.
Oh, it's fucking
worse.
way better than that. So Luke calls me. He's like, "Yeah, fuck. Why you gotta call me like 5 minutes before the show? I'm dirty. I'm covered in semen. Like he was jerking off a bunch of dudes."
Luke, you're
my
a sick
God.
fuck. You know that, man?
Didn't you see Instagram today, Tanner?
You are a cursed person. That is terrible, man.
Didn't you see Instagram?
No, I didn't see Instagram, man.
I
I've been
know
up
you saw the one. Let's see. Tanner saw the Steve one. Oh, did you see the other one?
He's
Well, you
probably
didn't
jerking
see it.
off a dude.
No, you didn't see it yet. I'm surprised you didn't look at the next picture, Tanner, after the Steve one.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Listen, it's not real fucking high on my priority list to watch the Duke's fucking boring Instagram feed about making kombucha, moving his bed out from the wall and vacuuming it and pretending he had sex 22 times in one day. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you do something interesting, call me and tell me.
No problem.
Well, he pretty much is. Oh, sorry,
That's-
Tanner. Let me fix the bed, dude. Sorry, I was having intercourse
All right.
again.
Let's talk to Bruno for a couple minutes about his
Yeah.
fight, because he did have a good fight. Unfortunately, he didn't starch the guy this time. He had to go the distance.
Yeah, that's about it.
Fuck happened?
Well, the cocksucker had the biggest head that I ever seen, and it was fucking hard. But his body was, chunky and whatever, and I wanted to touch him up to the body and everything, but I didn't want to force anything, With like the last guy, I really just upset him to the body, and then he dropped the hands, and I was able, I was able to catch him on top. But this guy was really durable, and he had a big fucking head, and yeah, but I just didn't want to force anything. And like I know that I rocked him in like the third round and everything, and I just didn't want to force it. God, you're eating yogurt. It's just so distracting.
Guys, this YouTube idea is going to be so
Oh
fucking
my god!
fantastic.
Shut up! It's my
Coming out.
fucking time now. Okay?
My
Relax.
bad,
all
my
right?
bad, my bad.
God. Anyway, so yeah, went the distance. That's about it. Okay, but all I heard was my head coach and Dadio's big fucking mouth just saying the same thing. 3-2, 3-2. Okay, I'm in a funky clinch, and he's saying Bruno 3-2.
A 3-2 is a left hook right hand, by the way.
That's
was
all it
open
is,
all
okay?
day.
The guy is holding me. He's saying Bruno 3-2. I'm like, and I stare at him. I'm like, the fuck you talking about, asshole? He's tying me up.
Whatever.
But whatever, it's just whatever. So distance is okay. I don't care. Win's a win.
It was a good fight, man. I enjoyed the fight. I was a little disappointed you didn't eat the canvas, because
You know what? I was too, but fuck, man. Just like I said, I'm still employed. I have to work and I have to fight still, and I just fucking hate it. Like, I'm waiting to be fucking chinned, just so I have an excuse to say, hey, I suck. I gotta fucking quit. That's about it.
I think as a winner, he still sucks, but regardless.
Yeah.
Well,
Me too.
let's talk about your training a little bit, because you have been in the gym. You've been skipping out on pro sparring, and you've been going and knocking out these amateur guys. What the fuck's up with that?
Okay, so there's a confusion there. Okay, so there was a confusion, all right? I left my boxing gear in a different car, okay? My girlfriend took the other car, and I was left with the other one, which is okay, because I like the other car, whatever, but I forgot my mouthpiece in the other car, my boxing boots, and my fucking cup, and my headgear, and everything. So basically everything, okay?
So because you act like an amateur, you thought you'd spar with the amateurs. I get it. That makes sense. That makes
I know
sense.
that there's a few pros that work in the daytime and they train in the afternoon. I'm like, fuck it. I'll go in the afternoon or whatever. And it was just, just amateurs. But, they have like 20, 30 fights, so experience, whatever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, fuck it. I'll spar with them. So I got a new guy each round for 6 rounds, okay? First guy looked like, what's the Lucky Charm guy in the cereal box?
Lucky.
Lucky? Okay. Look like Lucky. Okay. Irishman, red hair, dressed in green fucking pants. Okay. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Okay. I hit him with the check hook 1. Okay. He fucking does the Zab Judah. Zab Judah when okay? Twice. Okay. Twice. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Then I get a guy who I can't tell if he's Arab or mixed. Okay. So I didn't know. But he elbowed me in the fucking spine. When I got close, I have no clue why, because he was so scared. So I just said, okay, whatever. And I just like fake. I stepped back and hit him with the 1-2, and he fucking dropped like he got shot, and I got scared. Okay, now I got scared a bit, and his eyes were everywhere. He was like, cockeyed. He was like, "Good shot, man." And I'm like, oh, okay, asshole. Then then everybody else was just fucking scared and they back up the whole time. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm just an asshole.
And I do say that the next day, Jesse Thompson comes up to me. He's like, bro, I don't know what the fuck your brother's problem is, but he was out to knock everybody out last night. They were all like, I'm like, well, maybe he skipped pro sparring on purpose.
Yeah.
Bruno, I'm so fucking proud of you right now.
Stop! Do not encourage this man.
One was a kid, so
What kid?
I'm happy about it. Teenager, yeah. So one was a teenager, which is good. That felt great to beat up on like the youth because I don't like the generation that's below me. So why not?
Okay, both of you guys are from fucking Florida. You guys live there. Dario, you dropped a... Ah, fuck, I unplugged my fucking headphones again.
Yo, what the
Hot
fuck,
liquor.
Tanner? Yo!
It's Luke's fault.
This
is my fault. I got a string and I pull it.
Okay, so you dropped the beauty of a video today of this gigantic gut on a man that was playing with a crocodile. Like, is this a normal fucking thing?
Listen, I will say it. When you're in Florida, Canadians visit Florida all the time and they think it's all the same. When you're in coastal Florida, you are okay, A-okay. But as soon as you go inland, we're talking Deland, Florida, we're talking, what's it called, LaBelle, Florida. The only inland cities you want to go to are Orlando and Tampa because they got all the fucking parks, which you're not even allowed to go to anyway, Tanner. But that's besides the point.
Correct.
Inland Florida are full of swamp people. I have told you guys this before. They have successfully domesticated the giant duck lizards, okay? AKA the alligators. They have successfully domesticated these fucking dinosaurs. And they can do whatever they want with them. Remember that video I shared last week when these kids are tree swinging into the water in alligator-infested waters? I mean, these inland Floridians don't care. They have no teeth. And those are the real sibling fuckers, man. They don't fuck around. These guys are geniuses in their own ways. They domesticate anything they want. Anything they want.
Hey,
But as far as the guy with the gut, it was a gender reveal is what Tanner's talking about. This guy had a gender reveal, and he was petting this little alligator, opening the mouth from the jaw up because apparently, it's a little bit safer that way, to go crush a watermelon to reveal the gender's, the baby's gender. So his son / nephew, whatever, is going to be born in whatever. It's a boy. So, I mean, but that's how it is in Florida. We do not fuck with the inland Floridians. Those guys are the people the cops do not fuck with either, okay? I'm talking to several police officers. They'd rather go to MLK. They'd rather go to the ghetto and deal with the brothers over there instead of deal with the rednecks inland Florida. Because the thing is, if you start chasing them and do car chases and then foot chases with them in their home turf, they have booby traps. They put piano wires on the fucking clothes hangers and everything, and they know exactly when these fucking people are crazy. They put bear traps on. Nobody fucks with them. You got a little situation going on in what's that place called?
MLK.
No, not MLK. Where the rednecks live.
Suncoast.
Suncoast.
Oh,
We have a community called Suncoast. You don't fucking go in Suncoast, okay? Unless you want to go get your fucking head cut clean off with the fucking piano wire, okay? I'm telling you, these are true stories. Don't fuck with the rednecks because those little guys, they're like 90 pounds and they'll fight anybody also. They don't care.
Wow. I'd really like to go there, actually.
Yeah, we gotta check it out now. Next time I'm down there, just to find out how crazy it is.
I could imagine Luke would be suited up like in those pictures where he does the pose. He'd have the fucking high socks and everything, and
Fit in.
a sweet loafers. You're like, hey guys, I'm here for the party.
Oh.
After having intercourse, of course.
Luke
Some
would be
alligator
farting
shoes.
like a suppressed machine gun when he came home from that place. Guaranteed.
I got this digestive enzymes. It's been helping lately.
Luke, whatever. Hey, listen, whatever I'm saying is just a joke. Whatever Tanner's saying, he's being a fucking jerk for us right now. All right, we'll cut it out. Don't worry about it.
All right, Bruno, I did add you and your girlfriend into a meme this week about the Super Mario Dario minute.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Was she pissed?
She just said, "What the fuck is this?" And I said, "Babe, don't worry about it."
You know what? This girl, Sarah, that you made the meme when she was on my shoulders, and you guys put Caldwell's face on it. She's like, how the fuck did these people get it? Because, I don't have her on Facebook. That picture was only put on Facebook. Man, another thing we have to really, talk about was that Braidwood's distrust for me because of Caldwell and Luke and basically everything was blamed on Bruno. I mean, it was meme city all fucking week. It was
Why
probably
are you saying Colwell and me? I didn't have anything to fucking do with that.
no, bro. You had something to do with it. There's always a
You mean I?
because no one would ever expect that you would do it to your own show. It's the whole. This was the night. I'm telling you. Yeah. It was great, man. It was a great week. It was fantastic.
It
Even
was
gonna be better when Ryan Ford puts his fucking 2 cents in about the great
Ooh, saw that.
We Nation has officially been fucking taken over. It's over. It's fucking Real Deal Nation now.
Yeah. Edwin, I'm going to fucking tell you again right now. When I see you, I'm slapping you directly in the fucking mouth.
Man, it's going to get messy, dude. What a fucking city we live in. Canada's great, man. We love being here.
What's that? Well, I guess we'll find out from Ryan, I guess, what's happened to this guy. But, yeah, that's fucking unreal.
Well, Dario, song of the week, what is it?
Bruno, do you want to help with song of the week? But it's got to be hit, man. We can't just give him bullshit.
Okay, hold on. Let me think.
I don't know. Should we?
You go first.
Should we? You can't. Do you want to rival it? Okay, maybe we'll have 2 songs a week. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling "Pocket Full of Sunshine" this week. I'm not sure. It might change, but we are on air, so maybe I might have to do it. Maybe "Pocket Full of Sunshine."
Feel like we should have a poll between the brothers here, Tanner, for this week.
Hey,
that's what we should do.
Luke,
we know Bruno will lose for sure, but pick a good song, Bruno. But you probably won't win anyway.
Okay, I lied. Let's do "Burn" by Ellie Goulding on my part.
Burn.
Yes.
Okay. Bruno, you're up.
Fuck! Oh my god, this is tough. The theme song for Fortnite.
No, not the theme song for
Fortnite. No, that's my song. Got a problem with it?
No. Okay, we don't got.
Okay, that's my choice.
Okay, and I do have another dedication to Steve Bossy. It's by the illustrious Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on.
Yes!
Geek man! That's actually good.
Really, Bruno? The theme song from Fortnite? How the fuck am I supposed to download that?
How the fuck are we supposed to do that? I'm good with Ellie Goulding "Burn," man, on my part.
Bruno, what was your walkout song?
It was, the DJ, he fucked it up. And he gave me some bachata.
No, he gave you Eminem, bro.
Was it Eminem?
Yeah. Okay. Great. Tanner, we're gonna have to cut off my my suggestion for Ellie Goulding. I cannot disclose it, but I'm going to LA possibly next week, so it's gonna be "Going Back to Cali" by Notorious B.I.G. So scratch off Ellie. I know you guys are gonna vibe with that. If I gotta choose the coast, I got to choose the east. I live out there, so don't go there. It's gonna be fucking lit. Song of the week, I'm telling you, it's gonna be for me. If you guys are doing a poll, no chance. It's gonna be "Going Back to Cali."
Bruno, you can't use Fortnite. That's fucking.
Okay.
You have to go down your music list.
Who is the shittiest?
He just wants to kill our vibe,
artist.
though, Tanner. You can't fucking do this.
Hey, he's here. You brought him.
Yeah, I
Can't
know.
be any worse than my pick the other week. I mean, seriously.
Eminem, what was it? River?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was terrible, man.
It's a river of shit.
Right.
That's what it was.
I'm a boring librarian. What do you expect?
Like a Frank.
Hey, Tanner, well, while we wait another 20 minutes for Bruno to fucking pick a song, what's up with that guy that we don't like in Edmonton these days lately? Like, it feels like I'm not blocked, but I am, because now I can't read any of the funny comments. It just shows up like blank.
Listen, okay, have you guys have watched the movies, like the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah.
Of course. I go to Harry Potter 4 times a year. That's not a joke either.
So, like, the name Voldemort is the name that which you don't say. This is that fucking guy. Yeah.
Are we going to cut it off? You guys are going to cut me off? Sorry, man.
He got in trouble and he was quiet for a while, but as you know, Luke, like, he always comes back and then just goes crazy again. So I've been on there. I kind of been stifling it a little bit, making fun of him, and then posting like stuff on Instagram on my story with rude songs, and like he should keep his mouth shut. So
Yeah.
There's some.
What I'm saying is I'm looking at it, trying to click on the 43 comment thread, and it just goes like it's been like deleted. But
Well,
I could see the new comments.
well, let's be honest here, Luke. Like, there's a reason why you get blocked, and it's because nobody likes you.
I have those days too. I'm not gonna fuck.
Okay.
Bruno, do you have a fucking song yet?
Yes. Come correct.
Okay.
Come correct by Gifted Gab. All right.
I think that's a shot at you, Luke, and Adam Braidwood. Is that he wants you guys to come correct. When you
That's
talk
not a
to
shot,
him,
though.
Fuck
That's not-
Bruno.
come correct.
That's not a shot, but
Thought it was like come like like that. That's what I thought
Luke,
it was.
what the fuck, Tanner, get us the fuck out of here. Let's go. Close the show right now. We're gonna fucking end it that way. We're not gonna anymore. Let's go, Tanner. Help it out. Let's go.
Okay, Luke's been kicked off. We we kicked Luke off. That was fucking disgusting.
No. Tanner is a little bit. Luke's the awkward one. Okay?
Luke's the awkward one.
Luke is
All
the
right,
awkward one. Tanner's kind of the backbone of the whole.
All right. We got a fight coming up this weekend. Adam Braidwood versus Jesus Paez. Bruno, who's your pick?
Jesus.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, you fucking cocksucker.
Where is this
I
man?
thought we got rid of him. What are you doing?
I fucking heard you, slimy fucks.
He's so quiet.
He's so quiet. I thought he was gone.
fuck.
There he is.
All right, Dario, your pick.
Of course, man, the boogeyman, it's going to haunt his dreams. The guy's going to be thinking about him. I know on fight week already, he's already thinking of the boogeyman. It's already being haunted. It's going to be, you know what? It's going to be a 4th round KO. Going to sleep. No stoppage, no referee. The guy's going to Betty bye.
Luke, your pick.
Well, obviously the boogeyman.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with probably a 4th or 5th. I feel like Rich is gonna be like, hey, you know what? If you got him in trouble, you need to not finish him. We need to take your fights to some later rounds, just in case Simon can take all the punishment you give him. So that's my thought.
I got the boogeyman in 2, and then he reaches out into the crowd and grabs Bruno by the fucking neck.
Snatches Bruno by the collar and makes him a prop.
And that's the Super Duper Dario minute. Dario, get us the fuck out of here.
It's Super Duper Dario with fucking Luigi Berdicia, man. We are out of here.
This is Jelena Marjanovic, 8-time world champion, and you are listening to the Spice of Life podcast.
Welcome to the Spice of Life podcast, featuring Tanner Wilshaw and Luke Spicer. 2 talented fighters discussing life, fighting, work, family, balance, and everything in between. Tune in weekly for your fill of laughs. Now, here's your hosts, Tanner Wilshaw and Luke Spicer.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Spice of Life podcast. Today we've got a multiple-time returning guest. He is a champion. He is one of the best boxers on the planet in his weight division. Is Steve the Dragon Claggett.
What's up, Steve?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for making the
problem.
time. Let's get this fucking awkward conversation out of the way first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your fight.
Well, I fucked up. Yeah, I screwed up in all preparation for the fight. And I wasn't able to execute on fight night. And I lost a close decision. And I mean, it was a pretty badass fight. We were like at the House of Blues in Boston on St. Patrick's Day. Like, it was rowdy and it was good. Like, I like to scrap like that. But I didn't get the decision, so I'm pissed off. Such is a fighter's life, right? This is kind of the way that it is. And I knew certain things were going on when I was getting ready for the fight. My mind wasn't in it, and it's like you can try and push through, but sometimes it's just a tricky one. So I got dealt a tough hand, and I went with it. I mean, I still fought my ass off, but just didn't get it done. Didn't execute right. Such is life.
You know what I really like about you, though, Steve, is that a lot of people, when they turn to social media, it's all – some people are just fucking doom and gloom people, and all they do is bitch on social media. But then a lot of people, right, they're all sunshine and rainbows, posting about good stuff, but they're not authentic because they never share the bad shit, you know, especially with sports. You know, they're always about, like, everything that's good. the up and coming people, right? I mean, I don't consider you somebody up and coming, but you're still building your name and that kind of stuff. But you're as honest as they come, man. I mean, you're not afraid to put a video out there where you're in tears and you're letting people know what's up, and it's just pouring your heart out. I really respect that a lot, man. It's cool. It lets everybody know that when they're having a bad day, it's shit's okay.
Yeah, and I mean, I got more shit for that video than than anything that I said about the fight. And it's just like you don't. It's a tricky balance because you can't. It's not the place for certain emotions. So, but I don't really care because this is how I am. And I told myself like at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I might as well just go all out, and let everything go, and be honest. And if people don't like it, don't fucking watch. Don't look at my shit then. If you think that it makes me go down, like my value go down, then why the fuck are you watching? And it's just like I know what I'm standing for now, and I'll just express it all, and whatever it is, what it is. I was choked. I was like to the brink of something drastic because this is all that I have is boxing, and I knew shit was wrong all the way up leading into the fight, and I just tried to push it anyways, and it just whatever. That's the way that it is. But because of that, when your entire reality is focused on one thing, boxing for myself, when you lose and shit goes wrong, because inevitably that kind of stuff happens. And as sweet as it is to want to be undefeated, everybody's undefeated, it is just as much bitter, like souring the sport as it is helping. It works for this guy, it doesn't mean it works for everybody. And so I kind of come to a realization, okay, I'm never going to be an undefeated fighter. Okay, I'm going to still do it. Like, who says that I can't? Who says I can't? If I have losses, who says that you can't be a world champion anyways? Like, you can just keep doing it. And I find a lot of fighters fall off because they lost their O and now they're self-defeatist and they go against themselves and they dwindle off and spiral out of control and then it's done. Now, I have that side of me as well. But guess what? I have another side that says, fuck that. I'm not going to throw all the shit away. I will come back. I just need a couple fights. I just need to beat somebody's on top, and then back in there. So, I don't know. Have your sad days, reset, come back stronger. That's the final answer. That's all I can do, right?
Well, I did watch the fight, and here's what I took from the fight. The first round, you looked fucking sensational.
I know, and I didn't know that in the fight. Like, we had a miscommunication, and it was like shit. Because after the first round, I was like, okay, that wasn't good. I got to reset. And then I watched the fight the other day, and I was like, why didn't I just keep doing what I was doing? I literally thought that I had a terrible first round, and I reset and tried some different shit, but I should have just stuck to that.
That might have been the greatest first round you've ever put together.
Right?
It was great. And then the second round, like you still look good in the second round, but it seemed like you slowed your pace down a little bit. And then the other fellow started picking things apart. And then you fell back into old Steve, where you might be too fucking tough for your own good. And
Yeah.
and you're willing to take shots to give one. But like, I give a lot of credit to guys that go out there and actually try to push the pace and be aggressive and make it a fist fight.
Right.
Yeah.
And like maybe that's why I'm stuck like that. When I was a young kid, all I did was fist fight. That's like that was what I was up to. And now I have this, whenever I'm fighting, it's like if there's like 5 seconds of no action, I'm like, what's going on? Like I get this, I need more patience in the ring. And it's funny to realize that at like 32 professional fights, but to be honest, I'm just like learning as I go. I didn't have a huge amateur career. I'm going through it right now. So, I mean, that was something. It's like, too tough for your own good. Don't walk into these punches. Move your head. Get out of the way.
How old are you again, Steve?
28.
Yeah, man, you're still
Lots of
young.
time.
You're still young. Lots of time. The cool thing is that at the area you're at of your career, I don't believe it's still the height of your career. I still think you got way more to go. Like I know it's in you, but you're still learning, right? It's a difference if you're 28, 30, 35, and you're like, yeah, you ain't growing anymore, you're not expanding, and then it's like everybody else is catching up and you're gonna get past. But you're still growing, you're still learning. I mean, you've got tons of untapped potential still left that you're gonna be able to continue to expose. And that thing that you got, that sheer grit and toughness that you can, yeah, you're like, motherfucker, I'll fight you. You know, you can still add that in and then box a mother, and you know, you can still take it when the time comes, right?
Right. I mean, if you don't, who are we if we don't develop and up our game? Because, well, I'll tell you guys. Here's something that nobody knows about me. I had 29 amateur fights, and no, I've never really known. And my dad told me the other day, and I was like, oh yeah. So I have more professional fights than I had amateur fights. I'm learning as I go. I didn't have the extensive amateur career, and it's like by the end of all of this, I'm gonna be like 70-7. Like I just want to improve. I just want to set my game up, and it's like you have to. If I was gonna quit boxing, I would have quit boxing a long time ago. So I'm in it for the long haul, and yeah, I feel like I'm improving every day. Even right now, when I'm going through all this shit, I'm working on other stuff. I'm building foundation. I'm lifting weights. I'm doing things that are fill the gaps. When you can't exercise your favorite skill, you got to work on other shit. I mean, always improve.
So that fight, round 1 was great. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 went by. They were very competitive, and you were kind of in that Steve Claggett, I'm going to go in there and beat your ass zone. And then round 7 came, and you dropped him on his ass.
Oh, that was a nice shot.
Well, okay, so the mid rounds, I fall back into old habits. I'm walking in, I'm taking punches, and I'm just trying to push the pace, but he's racking up points.
Yeah.
Now, like, he wasn't doing serious damage, but I'm not doing myself a favor by walking in like that. So there's the old habits. Once again, we got to break them. And then the 7th round, that was a punch. I doubled up the right hand. This is something that I worked on for the quick camp that I had and built the habit. But I didn't use it. I only used it like once or twice in the whole fight. I don't know why, I have that weapon. But throw the right hand, step in with the lead foot, and open up the right hook. And being that he's a southpaw and he leans back into his left leg, he's going to lean back and pull his head out of range, and you step forwards, open the hook, open the shoulder, so you cover real fight distance and you connect. Now, I threw it kind of choppy where I snapped it back. Really what I should have done is rotated in my torso, and I would have put a lot more on it, and I could have knocked him out with that one. But, I mean, it was just clean on the chin, distract him, make him pay. And then he got up, though, and he was good. He came back. He was wobbly for like a minute, and I kind of was like over. I was like watching it. I was like, stupid. Don't rush in like that. And I knew that I shouldn't, but I had him hurt, so I was gunning for him, and then I landed a couple big shots. Like I still did damage, and I didn't tire myself out. Like I think I won the last couple rounds as well.
Yes.
But I mean, got to work on the finishing game, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you, just from a person that watched the fight, it was one of the most exciting fights that I've probably watched this year. It was technical. If any of you guys haven't watched the Steve Claggett fight, do yourself a favor and go on YouTube and actually sit down and watch one of his fights, because there's no stopping, there's no give up, and the biggest thing I took from that fight is you didn't get discouraged at all.
Right.
You kept going forward, you kept pushing the pace, and you kept trying to finish the fight. Now, you did mention earlier that there's these guys with these O's that they protect it.
Right.
I think that's a terrible idea, because a guy doesn't know what he can really do until he loses.
Right.
You don't know what you can come back from until you've taken a loss. That's when champions become great champions.
Right. Well, ability to bounce back, metaphor for life, because it ain't easy, man. Nothing in boxing is easy. It's all difficult. If the game was supposed to be where you can't lose, then everybody retire after one loss. You might as well quit because it's over then. But that's fucking stupid, because the problem is that guys, if you avoid the best fighters so that you keep your O, you're doing it backwards.
Yeah.
If you beat the best fighters, and maybe you lose some, you win some, but you at the end you end up with the title, you are actually the best fighter because you went through it. You went through the ups and the downs. You didn't avoid the best guys. You tested yourself against the best guys. Yeah, managing and matchmaking comes into consideration because we have to think about ourselves.
Yeah.
But as a fighter, you should challenge top guy or somebody at your exact level because you got to see what you're made of.
Man, all the biggest, best guys that we all love watching, heavyweights all the way down to flyweights, they all got losses.
Yeah,
You know,
only
all of
Floyd,
them,
only
you know?
Floyd didn't have the loss.
Well, exactly, but nobody really liked to watch Floyd. He's boring to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
Eh,
a trend started. I think because he came up, he was undefeated, and his whole thing was I'm undefeated, and he made the money, and he had this like big fame and everything. Everybody saw that side, immediately attach it to that. Like, okay, we need this perfect little O over here, or else we won't be able to beat Floyd. But
Yeah, but the thing that people don't get, same thing with Connor, right? Everybody wants to do what Connor does because he's got, Connor money and all this stuff, and so people are trying to duplicate it. But at the end of the day, those two guys just did Floyd and Connor did Connor. And Steve's doing Steve, Tanner's doing Tanner, Luke's doing librarian stuff. And so it's good. Like, if you're being yourself, man, then you're gonna go far. It's when you're faking shit and you're trying to be something you're not. I mean, it's like you said, you can't be Steve, the undefeated fighter. So you're going to be Steve, the fighter that bounces back and overcomes these hard losses and shows the world what you can do with a couple L's.
And in the end, ends up on top.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
It ain't a short goal. It's a long-term thing. And I mean, yeah, exactly right. And it's like you got to be your own legacy. You can't be an imposter legacy. What is that? You might as well just read the book, read the script then, because you have to have your own. And I don't want to like preach and whatever. You guys know how I am. But if you don't have your own expression, you will never be remembered for shit other than an imposter of this guy. And like that's the other thing. If you're copycatting, then some other guys who see you later in life who come up under you will never get to see your true expression. They're like, oh, they wouldn't be able to relate, and now you're taking away from the future generation potential inspiration.
So you mentioned books there. What book did you read this last week to help you through shit? I know you're still going through it, so what are you reading?
7 Spiritual Laws.
Ooh.
Deepak Chopra.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
There's the book of the week. We got songs of the week, and now we got the book of the week. 7 Spiritual Laws.
And I mean, that's kind of a spacey one on its own. It's just kind of mindset, empowerment, self-empowerment. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's an internal job. It's not an external job, whatever the case is, right? But it's so hard. Here's something that I learned on this trip. It's like, I know what I'm going through. And it's like, I'm trying to prevent all these outside, people telling me this, everyone to do this, do that. There's all this outside energy. All I have to manage is my own inside energy because then I can handle the outside stuff. But as soon as I start letting these guys talking to me or somebody else's opinion or whatever, as soon as it starts to mess with your head, you go off track. And that's not the mind state that you have to be in to win fights. Like, why didn't I win this fight? Because I wasn't focused on just pushing through in the actual fight and digging down, having to go through the adversity. I was more concerned and like I knew I was going through this, but it's like really hard to register when you're in the middle of it. And it's like I know I'm really concerned about how where my flight is, how this is late, this is too much, this needs to be done, I got to do these medicals, I have to do this, I got shit going on in my house, like just these random things, but they're all outside. And it's like that's why meditation, that's why all any sort of self-reflection is so important, because you forget about the outside, work on the inside, and then all of a sudden, if you're strong on the inside, you go to the fight, somebody yells at you from the outside, you don't even recognize it because you're too focused on yourself and what you have to do. Boxing, you have to be selfish. At some point, You have to be all about yourself because you're the one who's got your back. You're the only one who's going to cover your own ass, and you have to remember that going into the fight. So another lesson for Steve that he went through with this fight, self-induced, but duly noted, because now I'm learning shit because of it.
It's like that everywhere in life, though, right? I mean, you got to be selfish at some point if you want to take yourself to the next level of greatness, regardless of sport or business or whatever else, right? I mean, and when you talk about being like internal, like, and I always think about like blocking all this stuff out, but it's like more people focus on output than they do on input. You know, like we always talk about surround yourself with positive people and do this. So if you're always having the good stuff around you and you're not actually focusing on how to necessarily manage the bad shit and not process it, then when it gets blasted at you, you're not used to processing it and throwing it away. You start taking it on, right? So you have to focus on input at some point selfishly, so you focus on it and then just get rid of that shit. And I was bad for that for years, man. I would just everything's positive and rah, but then I'd have some bad shit happen. I didn't know how to deal with it. And it would fucking cripple me, you know? Yeah. And I was like, I just got to stay away from this person. But that wasn't what it was. It was like, I just got to learn to manage this shit differently.
Yeah, you have to have, that's why you need your bad side. Because your bad side says, fuck you, get out of my face. Don't, like, try me with any of this. And you push it aside. It's like, there's always a battle. You got good side, bad side. You need both.
Yes.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. Like, a lot of situations in life, you need the bad side. I would say like 60% of situations that I'm put in life, I use my bad side because that's the one that actually makes the proper judgment call.
Right? It's logical and stern. And in a confrontational business, which we find ourselves in,
yes,
this is required because ain't nobody got your back but yourself and your team. And I mean, your fans love you and everything, but they're not always there when shit goes down. So you have to be able to handle your own. And in the ring, there you, this guy, and a referee who may or may not be on your side.
Well, yeah. Luke knows me pretty well. I don't like to fuck around. Like, if there's something going on in my life and it pisses me off, I'm dealing with it right now.
Right.
There's not 5 minutes from now. There's not 2 minutes from now. It's right now. We're dealing with it. And if you don't want to deal with it, I'm going to make you deal with it.
Right. Procrastination lets negative shit build.
Well, I make really bad decisions if I let things fester. So like, it was like, let's say Luke called me an asshole and it bugged me, and I didn't call him on the phone and say, Luke, you're a piece of shit. But I let it go for 3 weeks, and the next time I see him, I crack him in the mouth. That's a bad decision, right? Like it's not a good decision because he's my friend. But like. Right. I did like if something happens, I deal with it now. Now in your situation, you dealing with it in the present time, but as it's continuing to go. Yeah. It's not something that's going to go away today, tomorrow, maybe not even next week, maybe not even next month. You're going to remember it.
Right. Well, it's on there forever, but you have no choice. You can either. Like, that was, like, last week I was depressed, man. I was so depressed. I was thinking drastic, and I don't even want to go down that road. But I'm a bit of an extreme personality. And what I discovered at one point, I was like, okay, I can either sit here and die like this, like just keep getting worse and worse and worse, or I can move forwards, do some good shit. Guess what? I'll start to build momentum and I'll start to snowball into some good stuff and quit worrying about this bad stuff back here. The only way to go is to continue forwards. So I came up with a game plan. I started training. I started fucking writing and reading and making random plans that don't have to do with boxing. And then I started all of a sudden had this big hunger in my mind. It's like, let's box. It's been like a couple days and I can't stay away. So now I'm back. Everything.
Yeah. And then you went down and did a promotional video on Thursday instead of doing the show, which totally makes sense. And that was an awesome video, by the way. That was awesome, man. In there, fucking Steve, 1 minute he's like, I don't know, man. I might be done with boxing. He's got this, terrible video that just made me want to cry, and I've been there, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then next thing you know, Steve's going Super Saiyan on 45 punching bags, beating the shit out of everything, and I'm like, Steve's back. He's good.
Yeah,
We're good. He's
And
fine.
then I guess I judged the white collar boxing that night.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah. I'm like, I love boxing. This is just ups and downs. I'm an extreme. I remember Mike Tyson said it one time. And he's like, I'm either at the bottom of the ocean or the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's like, I know a lot of fighters like that. I just know a lot of fighters with that same kind of mentality. And I have a little bit of that. So I'm either all the way down or all the way up. And then whatever, like, who cares? If people, like, this is how I am. That's all. And so when I'm good, I'm really good. When I'm bad, I'm really bad. But
Cool.
I stay up most of the time.
Yeah.
Well,
I was just say the cool thing with the bad days though, and then the bottom, the depths of the ocean, whatever way you want to, the valley, you find out who your real friends are real quick.
Yeah.
You know who's there, right? It's like everybody's there when you're winning, ain't nobody there when you're losing, but the ones that are there when you're losing, you're like, yeah, those motherfuckers mean business. Like those are the ones that I want to keep close. You know what I mean? And then when things are good, it's like, okay, well, sure,
Yeah.
okay, fine. It's like
Yeah,
the same few people message me on bad days as they do on good days. I know who they are. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. And you know what? I got lucky. Well, I am lucky right now currently because I realize how many people still hit me up. Like when I was younger, I remember having that and I lost a fight and then like everyone like dipped. Everybody was like gone and I was like, what? I didn't know that. Like I thought, obviously I still had a couple and like really close people, but this time I had more people reach out to me than like ever. And people like, hey, I'm going through this. Like, let's get through it. And I was like, yeah. Like, that's what humanity is about. When other people are going through shit, you can help other people you can move far as a troop if you can. So I had a lot of people message me, and I was like, wow, I'm more than just a fighter. Like, at some point, you recognize yourself as only one thing if this is your whole life based on it. And I was like, well, yeah, like these guys are all reaching out to me. Like that made me feel good. So once again, put it in the positive, makes me want to like, I'll remember that and I'll give back when the time is right. I'm ready for it. And that was like, so thank you to everyone, by the way, anybody who's listening, message me. I really needed that.
Well, here's a little food for thought for you then. I know a lot of people wanted to watch your fight. Because I was a fucking idiot and I blasted out online that I was going to live stream your fight. And then CBS got a hold of that, who owns the Super Channel,
No way.
and threatened to sue me. And then your promoter got a hold of me and they're like, yeah, you can't do that. I was like, fuck sakes. So I had hundreds of messages of people wanting to watch your fight
Really?
that didn't get to watch it. But I did kind of like round by round live Facebook
Right.
on the thing, and there was a lot of people that chimed in on it. So like there was a lot of people that were disappointed that they didn't get to see the fight.
Right. Well, I mean, that's all. Like, isn't that crazy to think? Well, for myself, I guess, isn't it crazy to think that so many people want to watch me do what I do? It's like that's cool, and then it doesn't matter. But once again, back to this undefeated record. I guess at the end of the day, how I am as a fighter, just go in there and scrap, and I have some boxing skill too. But I guess I'm a banger by heart, so. If people love to watch that, I grew up watching Arturo Gatti and these kinds of guys, so maybe it was meant to be. So let's keep that train going and let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can get into. I need a Mickey Ward.
Well, Steve, like if we go back to the first round, that wasn't necessarily quite a technical boxer, and it wasn't necessarily a brawler.
Right.
It was the best of both worlds, and you combined it into one round of 3 minutes, and it
Right.
was sensational.
Right.
It was great. Now, if you watch that first round over and over and over and over again, you're gonna see all the like. I've probably watched because I did record the first couple rounds, and that first round was amazing. If that first round goes on for 6 more rounds, that guy doesn't make it out of the 6th.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Shutting down the jab, go with the body shot on the short side against the southpaw, stepping in with the short right hand, kept turning left. I did like a lot of things that we were working on, and I didn't. I wish I. Well, no, I don't wish anything. I just now I learned. I'm gonna use
Exactly.
all those things work, man. That's the answer. All those things work. Use them again.
But if you take that first round with you for the rest of your career,
Right.
that fight's not a loss. That's a learning experience.
Exactly.
So
Well, the loss is there, but
who
I get
cares?
what you're
Oh, who cares?
exactly. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, when I'm 70 and 7, we'll be sitting back and say, "Well, I learned a lot in those fights, all the way up."
I did see the other day you put out that you want to fight quick again. Like you want an 8-week camp and you want to go to war with somebody that wants to go to war with you.
Yeah, because that's the name of the game, and that's like whatever. I'm ready to train. I'm ready to go right now. I just need to wait. I got stitches on my eye, so I guess I have to wait 2 more weeks or something like that until I can spar. But I'm already training. I'm not hurt. I heal incredibly fast for whatever reason, and I was good to go the next week. And I don't know. I know I have my promoter has a show in Vegas first week of July. I know that one's for sure, but I want one before because I don't like sitting where I'm sitting, so I want to move forwards. And anybody who has a fight at 140, give me a hardcore fight. Give me a guy who comes forward and wants to bang it out and brawl, and let's have a good scrap. Like I'm still top
Steve,
30.
you said first week of July. What's the date of July that we're going to Vegas?
I believe it's the 7th. I'm
Sweet,
not-
I don't have my kids that weekend. I'm going to Vegas.
Let's go to Vegas, buddy. Let's go.
So yeah, you gotta let me know, man. I'm gonna be traveling all over the place. Montreal in June,
Nice.
Vegas in July. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
Kansas City in 2 weeks. Oh my.
traveling around, fighting around the world.
Well, we do have a big fight coming up this weekend in the heavyweight division. It's Anthony Joshua versus Joseph Parker.
Right.
What's your pick?
I gotta go with Joshua. He's just got so much momentum right now, and he's a beast in the gym. Like Parker's tough, and Parker has one punch. Like I believe he's got some sneaky over the top looping punches, being a little bit shorter than Joshua, and he does have a chance to land one of those and maybe break him down. But I just think Joshua's better boxer. I think he's got the range, he's got the dynamics in heavyweight division. This makes a big difference, and he's got the juice. Like people are watching him. He's got everybody behind him, and he trains his ass off. And I think he's gonna do it. I think Joshua by late round stoppage. That's my guess.
Okay. And last weekend, we had there was a heavyweight fight for a WBC silver belt where Lucas Brown got taken out on a stretcher. Did you see that fight?
Didn't see it.
Oh, you're gonna have to look that up because he got hit so hard and he didn't move.
That's always scary.
Terrifying. I like Lucas Brown too because he's a scary guy. He's huge. But
Okay, I saw it. Oh, I know which one it is. Never mind. But you know what the problem I had with that is that Dylan White chopped him on the back of the head.
that's who it was, Dylan White. Yes.
And I mean, Dylan White is like a rough dude, and like in the heat of the battle, that just happens. But that definitely did some damage as well as the follow-up punch because that cuff in the back of the head right before you get knocked out, you get that TV flash from behind the head, boom, and then all of a sudden full left hook to the chin. That's a very disengaged neck, and that can lead to some bad problems. So hopefully he recovers because it's a tough, rough sport, but at the end of the day, we all people.
Yep. And we have another heavyweight clash going on in Montreal, the 31st. So this Saturday with our Canadian guy Adam the Boogeyman Braidwood. He's going to be taking on Jesus Paez from Mexico.
Right.
Well, and
I thought he was going to fight Keane, but that fight is later down the road, correct?
So he will be fighting Keane in June. Adam will fight this month on the 31st, again April 28th, and then we're all gonna rally and head to Montreal in June, and we'll go to war with Simon Keane and his fans.
He got the three-peat, 3 in a row. Nice. Nice. Shout out to Adam because that's like fighter's dream right there. Get those back to back to back. He can rack up big momentum. Just stack those camps. Make sure to get your adequate rest right after each battle. Take care of your body for a couple days, and then gradually keep light and stay sharp. You could rack up 3 back to back. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So he's in tough this weekend with Paez. He's a good fighter, but I bet Adam probably takes him out in the second round.
Right. Well,
I don't know who he's fighting in June or in April, but that'll be in Edmonton. And I'm not even going to give you a choice for a pick on it because obviously we know you're going to pick Adam.
right. Right. Well, you know what's good is he'll get a feel for the Montreal venue, and he'll get a run through. He'll get a practice run cut. Not a practice run, but like regardless, he's gonna get a feel for the venue, the people, the scene. It's always good to go back to like it's always fun to explore new battle terrain, but when you go somewhere that you have still like familiar surroundings, it always kind of calms the mind. You can use it. Actually, you could use both. But,
Yeah.
I mean, in this case, let's use this one. Let's triple up the victories.
Yeah. So he's already been to Quebec once before where he beat Eric Martel for the WBU heavyweight championship.
Right.
So he's got a lot of fans in Montreal, which is amazing because obviously he's from Victoria. So so he's walking into a territory where he probably will not get booed when he walks out.
Right.
So
And I mean,
it's good. I like it. I always like to see the Canadian guys active. So like when you said you were fighting, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a big one. Let's rally around this, especially in Boston on St. Patrick's Day with the freaking Dropkick Murphys doing an acoustic set right before your fight, and you're fighting an Irish kid.
it was a rowdy, like you just I believe it was my coach told me, and he's like, you better just enjoy this. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to enjoy this? And he's like, well, because when you're my age, you won't be able to feel it. Or like, you won't be able to see this youthful perspective that you have. You won't ever have it again. So fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's right. And then I was like, yeah, like it was at the House of Blues. There's like rowdy. It was the rowdiest, drunkest, crazy raging party, and like people were like scrapping while we were scrapping. And like there was just, I don't know, I would go up in the dressing room and there's like all these, like there's like the most famous rock stars ever. Like, these guys performed here, these guys are here, and this was their dressing room. And I was like, cool. I was like, a lot of parties probably went down in this place where I'm sitting right now. And I mean, they pulled some promoter shit where they moved me around, and like last minute they're like, get out. You get like 10 minutes before the fight. I had to like go down into the medical room where the guys are coming in, all the B-side guys who just got their asses whooped, and then like getting like stitched up and like medicals. And I'm trying to skip. I literally have like 4 feet by 4 feet to skip and warm up for the fight. And I'm like, you guys did this on purpose, but that's the name of the game. If you could pull that, if you got the promoter on your back, that's kind of strategy. People do that. All is fair in war.
Yeah. Well, when you walked out, like it was so loud when you were walking out, I couldn't tell if they were booing you or cheering you. Were they booing you?
Yeah, I got a little bit of both actually, which was really weird. I was like, cool. I don't know. I guess I didn't talk shit going into the fight. I just kind of showed up ready for business, and I don't know. So I guess people didn't hate me.
Well, here's a question for a smart guy then like you. Do you feel that maybe if you did talk a little bit of shit that things could have went a little bit different if you had got into his head?
No, because at the spot that he was at, this guy's going all out right now. He like took off time from being a firefighter so that he could train for this fight, and like I don't know, you're allowed to do that apparently. And then he has like a couple more. He's getting his last fights. He's an Olympian. Like he's a good fighter. He's a good boxer, sharp boxer. He just trained his ass off. And I think if you can catch a guy when he's a little bit mentally weak and he's unsure of himself, that's the kind of guy that you play with mind. Or if he's in like foreign territory, that's when you play with his mind. If he's got the whole team on his back, he's fighting in Boston, he's going all out for his last couple, he's fully prepared. That's not the kind of guy that you egg on, because he'll use that and fire up and he'll fuel it up. And then, I mean, maybe it would work, but if it doesn't, I'm over here thinking, shit, I shouldn't have said that because that didn't work. And I've like, your own best and worst companion and enemy, because like you gotta know how to handle it. Like, you have a game plan. What if it doesn't go like that? What if you say some shit to this guy and he's like, oh yeah? He just flips it, like he just doesn't fade. You're like, oh, okay. You kind of have to be like on the spot. And I just don't think that was the time to throw it out there, so I didn't.
Everybody's got a choice, right? Like,
right. I say that comes back to being Steve, to being whoever you are, right? Like, I mean, if you're that guy that's always talking shit, then you're gonna talk shit. You're not gonna give a crap what the guy's going through, where he's at, what he's doing. It's gonna be your thing, and they're gonna find a way to get in his head. If you're not somebody that talks a lot of smack, you're not gonna do it, or you are gonna end up affecting your own head. Because that's the biggest thing I heard when you said that. It actually wasn't that guy. It was like, you start talking about how you're going to think, how it's going to affect you, and how if you lost, then I should have said that. So it's like, well, then you shouldn't have said it to begin with, because you're bringing on the negative connotations that it would have done, right? Like, come back to somebody like Connor, who just talks shit all the time. Then he loses to Nate Diaz and he just rolls with it. He's a better man, blah, blah, blah. Just it was like water off a duck's back. He did not care. And he didn't slow down, because that's him.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Like, you just kind of, even like, talk all that shit, lose the fight. All right, I lost, and keep going. Like, he just doesn't even worry about it. And so, commendable. Like, that's pretty badass to be able to do that. And then, like, I even thought, because, like, what was I? When I was building up to this fight, I was like, oh, okay, if we get the chance, we have a little press conference, a little stare down. I might say a little something, because I've been watching a lot of his training and keeping an eye on where he's been. And I know he went to Mayweather Gym. I know he went there. And I was like, if I get the chance. But we literally stared face to face for about 5 seconds, and then we were gone. We didn't have a single interaction the entire time before the fight. So I didn't really get the chance to even, gauge his mindset or anything. It was just in, out, done, whatever. Like, and I mean, when I fought Eves actually in Montreal, the first time we had like a press conference. And like we went up like face to face, and I was like, I'm not like a shit talker, but I was like, I have a friend who knows a couple things about you, and I was just thinking, because I do, like, I have a lot of guys who are on the amateur team with them. I can figure out lots about you, and that's like, I didn't really say anything else. He's like, what do you mean? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I didn't answer, and I just left it. And then later down the road, I believe he brought something up about it again, and then. That's the kind of thing that's more my style. Just say something, just to get him thinking, And then if he doesn't care about it, neither do I. If he does, then perfect, it worked. And it's like that mindset game is always it's a good strategy if you can use it, and as long as you don't get too committed to it where it backfires, because you can't expect things out of it, because you can't control the other guy. He might be in a totally different spot. I one time fought a guy from the Philippines who was half Japanese. The time that I fought him, it was during that big tsunami in Japan. You never fight a man tougher than when he's got his whole family and country on his back, and he's fighting for his life. And it was like, this guy, I put him down twice, and he got up. Like, he was just fighting all the way. Like, he would fight to the death. And I could just feel it in the ring. And I was like, God, again, commendable. This is like part of being a warrior, and this is how you go through it. You face that kind of mentality, and then you understand a little bit more about that kind of mentality. And when it comes time to use it, can you bring it out of yourself? You understand it, right? So let's use it. And then different mindsets for different fights, different strategies against different mindsets. You put it all together, and maybe you can create the perfect storm.
That's a scary thing, to stand across the ring from a guy, look him in the eye, and you know in your heart that he's willing to die.
Yeah, he's going all out.
It's a commendable thing for guys that are willing to literally fight to the death for that contest.
Yeah, and there's so many little factors. Like, yeah, it matters where he's from, but it's really about what his mind is going through at that time. Like some guys just like, this is my last shot. I'm gonna do everything. They'll just go all out that night, just because. And then there's some other guys that got life stuff going on. Friends had this, whatever, lost somebody or bouncing back from something, and it's like, whatever your reason, you can use it, and if you channel it and target it in this sport, at least you can use it to knock a motherfucker out because sometimes you need that.
Yeah. You know what, Steve? I'm looking in the background of your house right now, and I'm seeing something very interesting, and it's a lamp being used as a coat rack, which is amazing.
Right? Yeah. Well, I'm actually those things are only there because I'm selling them on some little rinky-dink app,
Oh,
and people come by my building, and I go sell them some old stuff, and why not? I mean,
okay.
it works. And then sometimes, like, I had people come by and buy boxing gloves off me the other day. And I guess, I don't know how private the profiles are, but the guy's like, he said something about my fight, and I was like, oh, shit. That's cool. I was just like, gave him the gloves.
I do
So,
notice on Facebook every once in a while you do sell boots. Like, are you just ordering these things and they're too small or they don't fit right? Is that what it is?
yeah, the, la- the first time I ordered them, they're too small, so I sold them. The next time I ordered them, they were too small, so I gave them to a girl, the little girl at the gym, which, by the way, is like one of our next up and coming superstars. Just saying. And then I had another pair that I believe I don't know. I bought two because you can't try them on. So I bought two of this pair, that pair, and then I just figure I'll sell one of them because one of them's gonna fit, one of them's not.
That works.
Right?
That
It
works.
works.
Like, do you have a specific boot that you like?
Now I like the Asics. They're actually wrestling shoes, but they have the grip. Asics makes great shoes. I had Asics running shoes that lasted me probably like 4 years when I was down in Las Vegas. I ran like hundreds of miles, literally hundreds of miles in the same pair of shoes. So I always liked the Asics shoes, and I was like, actually Hakeem's like, he's like, I never had better shoes than my Asics wrestling shoes, and I was like, exactly what I was thinking. And like that day, I went and ordered some because the boxing shoes they're all the same. There's like a couple really good ones, but they're all pretty much it's like the Hyper KOs. Now they got the Mayweather Reebok ones. Then they got like the rival ones, and then they're all kind of this. There's like 12 boxing shoes. So, there
Right.
you go, Hyper KOs.
I love these.
They're awesome.
I will not wear anything else other than these now. They're
You can
light.
arch in your foot.
They're light. They have a good arch support.
Right.
You
That
can
was a big thing I noticed.
and it's something with the bottom of them that actually helps you pivot.
It's their arch, I think.
Is that what it is? Is it the arch?
Well, when I first bought them, I was wearing them for a couple of days. My foot was killing me, and I was like, I don't have an arch. I got a flat foot.
Yeah.
But then on like the next week, all of a sudden, I had this crazy hop, and I was like, maybe I do have an arch. And I felt very agile. Like your calves are engaged when
Yeah.
your foot is propped up like that. So I think that gives you a little extra spring in your step. Should we advertise for the Hyper KOs? 'Cause
Hey,
they're
if they're gonna
pretty
give me
fast.
free shit, I'm in.
Yeah, Hyper KOs for life. Stephen Cook.
There you go.
I like them. Like I do have flat feet too, so I was in the Rivals before, and they're
Right.
like a skate shoe almost, like their sole, and they're comfortable, right? But then I felt my ankle started to hurt,
Right.
so I got the Hyper KOs, and you're right, my feet did hurt for the first couple days.
Right.
You
And then
got to get used to it.
right. And
But-
then I mean, works. It works.
What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Right.
Except they're fucking like $300.
I know. And that's the thing with boxing gear. If you want good boxing gear, it's such a like bougie sport. Like it's like if you want the good tickets, they're fucking the most. Like there's so much money. You want the good gloves, they're like $420. It's like what the like you get the winning gear, the Grant gear, and it's just so expensive. And like I understand, but if only there was a plug for some cheap boxing gear would be nice for pretty much everybody in the community. So if anyone has the connects, hook it up.
I'm
Yeah.
gearing up here to buy some new gloves, and I'm only gonna go winning gloves because I've punched out my Rivals, and
Right.
I go through them pretty quick. But I like Braidwood and Ford. They all use these the winning gloves. They're fucking expensive. They're like $450.
Yeah, but they
But
last forever.
yeah, they're real leather. Like they're not playing around. You got to break them in on the bag for like 25 rounds. But
Right.
if you're cracking somebody in the head, they're not feeling your knuckles through it. That's the biggest thing. I don't want to hurt training partners because then I can't punch them
Nope.
anymore.
Right. That's a tricky thing
That's
too.
true.
In the fight, you want the puncher's gloves. In training, you want the pillow gloves.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like if I'm gonna fight, I'm going rival because
Right.
those things are made to murder people.
Yeah. I've worn the rival Guerreros in my last like 4 fights, and they have been awesome. And I like them because they're not too soft. They got a little bit of like the medium firmness, and they just feel good. So I like those gloves.
Like I have no fear throwing a 100% punch at somebody's forehead with those 10-ounce gloves on.
Right.
No fear. Other
Yeah.
like I've put on Everlast ones. I won't do it.
Well, Everlast has that one pair, which I remember famously Mayweather refused to let Maidana wear them. They were I can't remember what they are. They're some Pro-Tex or something like that. But I actually wore them once in one of my fights, and I was like, holy shit. Like, this is not even a glove. They're so, like, they were brand new, but it feels like they've been worn in for years. Like,
Yeah.
there's no padding on them at all. And I was like, those are like, those are pretty intense.
Like back in the day, I went out and I spent 300 and some odd dollars on these new fancy Everlast gloves. They're Protect 3s.
Right.
So they had a lot of padding on the top of the hand, a lot of padding in the front, but where you actually connect with people, like I cut people open with them.
Right.
They were
Waking.
they're fucking 16-ounce gloves. Like they're supposed to be pillows. But you're right. When I put my hands in them, it felt like somebody had worn them for 10 years already.
So they're the perfect gloves for fights.
Yeah,
Not good for sparring.
not good for hitting people in the face that you don't want to hurt.
Yeah, exactly. But you want to do the back.
All right, Steve. So what is the plan for the next 6 months?
Well, I need to reset a little bit mentally. So right now I'm having fun and lifting weights because I still like to do my fitness thing. And it's nice. You work on your foundation, and probably in the long run it'll pay off. And then I'm going to get back into training. I'm gonna schedule 2 camps back to back. One that ends at the end of May, and one that ends first week of July, because I'm anticipating a fight at the end of May, and I am pretty much guaranteed a fight first week of July in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So I will be prepared, and I'm just gonna stick to boxing. I'm just gonna focus on what I love to do, my sport, just kind of grind it out and up my game, have fun, live life. Like, fuck, sometimes you gotta realize you're not just a fighter. You gotta have other things going on too. So maybe some side projects, but I seem to find myself in the gym regardless, so I'll be there.
Sweet.
All right, well, we'll get you out of here, Steve. Don't hang up. We'll talk to you off air for a couple minutes. But do you have any sponsors you want to shout out that helped you with the last fight or that continue to help you?
I want to thank MCA, Module Creative Agency, and these guys do all my videos. All those badass videos that you see, that's those guys. Those guys are always, sticking right with me and creating some crazy film and footage. So thanks to those guys.
All right, we'll get you guys on Thursday, and I think we're having the heavyweight champion, the NCC Canadian heavyweight champion, Malad and Miljas on. So that'll be kind of fun. That guy's a fucking monster. All right, peace.